Boom, are we there? I was starting to work fairly smoothly now. All right, so pretty much we're gonna talk about Solana. Like, I'm liking it. It's my new favorite coin. I mean, of course, the goal is to get Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think, in the end. But even like with everything going digital, coins like Solana and MATIC, which is now known as Polygon, but their like ID is still MATIC. I mean, a lot of coins I'm looking at, just a whole bunch of coins in crypto is going to be, they're going to be around like till the day we die, just because the whole world is moving like digital. So whatever industry you see now, naming hotels, like they're going to be, and I think Ava even do that now. And I might have mentioned this in another video, but Ava is like a travel thing. So I'm assuming you can buy hotels and stuff too with crypto. So you'll just purchase everything online, and it won't be with dollars, it'll be with crypto. Especially as you get more financially educated, you want money that's actually going to grow and be worth more a month from now than like the dollar is automatically or less every month. Like they talking about true inflation is probably like 15% right now. So your dollar is worth 15% less than it was yesterday. But anyway, like I said, I want to talk about Solana and go over like a few charts, but I really want to talk about Solana. So we're going to watch. I don't even know if I'm going to get in trouble for this, but for educational purposes, fair use, I'm not trying to send anyone to this website. I just want you to watch the video on Solana and just kind of see what it's about.
Let me ask you a question. Tired of high fees and slow transactions? So are we. Public blockchains have opened the door for anyone with an internet connection to create and access digital markets. The global financial system has the potential to become more innovative, efficient, and democratized. But there's a problem. Legacy blockchains don't scale, and therefore the crypto apps built on top can't either. As usage has increased, so have the fees and transaction wait times, preventing crypto ecosystems from reaching their full potential. Enter Solana. The Solana blockchain is fast, really fast, and it's low cost, with average fees less than a cent per transaction. What's more, Solana empowers developers to rapidly experiment and deploy apps using composable building blocks, while never dealing with additional friction introduced by sharding or fragmented layer 2 systems. Lastly, Solana is censorship resistant and scales as its ecosystem grows to billions of users globally, meaning the network will remain open for applications to run freely and transactions will never be stopped. Yes, Solana is truly unstoppable, now and forever. So say goodbye to slow transactions and high fees, and say hello to Solana, where you can build crypto apps that scale today.
Anybody that has been, I don't really care if I'm on that. Anybody that hasn't been on, that has been, like buying crypto, and then you're trying to get in, shit hot like Shiba or something like that, or Doge in certain places, but it's usually on like that decentralized like exchanges like PancakeSwap and like Uniswap, like that. There's so many people online at the moment. Like say the fees, you may want to put 200 down, the fees might be 150, the fees might be 200. And people were paying it because, that 200 could be 1,000 easy, 1,500 easy. It can be 10,000 fairly easily if it's the right coin at the right time. Or the transactions would be like log spinning for a day, take an hour. In crypto, some taking an hour is like a long time. So basically, there has been an issue with higher fees. I thought Ethereum was gonna like fall from it, but Ethereum actually got a new upgrade that they had pushed through, which is I'm sure part of that Ethereum 2.0 probably. I think But now their fees are going to be more stable, and I would imagine they're going to be lower. It's still going to be a few dollars probably. And those fees go to like a wallet, and they're constantly burned. So it's actually a deflationary coin now, to where there are less and less coins that are able to go around, which is the opposite of the dollar, which is inflationary. There's just more dollars, more dollars, more dollars. The rarer something is, the more it'll be worth. So that's a big deal. But I think, and I have no idea about this, but I think Solana and like Polygon are working with some of these bigger companies like Ethereum and helping them with their technology or whatever. But because a lot of these other, not a lot of shit may be open source too. I don't know everything about crypto. But I know I ain't gonna say quite a bit, but I know some things. But I feel like a lot of things possibly open source, where you can kind of like, work off of somebody else thing updated. But I know they're not just letting their companies be completely open source like that, but I feel like they're sharing information basically. But anyway, like I said, they solved the issue of high fees. They solved the issue of scalability, allowing the transactions, the transaction protocol to be scalable and versatile. So like, if a bunch of transactions are coming in, it has that. Matter of fact, I had this ready to go anyway. Like, let me not just try to explain it, but why scalability is a big problem for cryptocurrency. Scalability is the ability of a cryptocurrency to cope with the influx of a large number of transactions. For example, Bitcoin operates smoothly at 7 transactions per second. If there are more than 7 transactions per second, then all transactions are, queued for refill. This queue is formed due to the free commission of Bitcoin. That is, a person who paid the largest amount as a commission takes a higher place in the queue. Such an unpleasant situation arises because of the restrictions in the blockchain. The bottom line is that each block has a strictly prescribed maximum of information, which it can accommodate. Such restrictions help the system to more easily get through the DDoS attacks on the network, and transactions are the very information which is written in the blocks confirm it. So it's really a security thing, while like Bitcoin and other places have a set amount, so nothing new can come in. A large number of transactions require a large number of blocks. The miners come to rescue with this. They provide deciphering. Even with the miners' commission, small block size cryptocurrencies cannot ensure the successful execution of huge number of transactions simultaneously. Basically, it's too many transactions for the program. It's too many transactions for all the miners, aka people that are running the Bitcoin mining program on their computer. It's just too many coming in at once, so it wasn't meant to be scaled that way. Though I still don't feel like things are just gonna take over Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is it's really something like gold now. It's something that people with a crap ton of money look at as something to hold their money in, that's going to be worth more later on, instead of holding it in dollars. What solutions have been proposed and implemented? Like I said, Solana is solved this problem of scalability. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the charts, and we're going to check out my baby first. Because instead of Ethereum, I ended up going big on Solana. And what I'm seeing like today, which is I was a little excited, is Solana was at like 1.2% before I started this video. Right now they're at 3.5. The beautiful thing is Bitcoin's not really down. It's really sitting stable, but it's in the red. Ethereum is in the red at 1.71 right there. But overall, I think everything's finna go up. But what I'm saying is that the big dogs are actually down a little bit. And then you got Solana down here gaining as we speak right now. Like, Solana's my baby. Like, she goes solve the problems. All right, but anyway, let's check out the chart. So over the last, how long was this? We're going to start from there. So over the last, and we kind of, went over these last few charts, but So for the last 58 days, it was well, we ain't gonna worry about the drop. For the last 58 days, we've been on a downtrend. But we had that big downtrend. We had a high, which was lower than that high. So we had a lower high. And we had pretty much the same low, a little bit of a higher low. We had a lower high, a little bit of the same low. What I'm trying to say is, it looks like for 2 months, the whole market's been down, not doing anything. So it's pretty much time for shit to pop. I think a week and a half ago, I thought we may have gone a little bit lower to down here. With Bitcoin, that would have been like 20,000, but we didn't, which I'm glad we didn't. Like, it's time to run up. So this is why I had this pattern, which is that descending triangle. And like I said, the last video, a descending triangle is hella bullish, and the breakout target, once it busts through here, is you measure it from the highest high of this pattern to the lowest low of this pattern, and that gives me this line right here. On top of that, what you look for is for it to break through, come down, test it for support, hold right there, and then do its thing. Or, I mean, it may go up here. That retest right here is huge. You most definitely want that. So it may even go up, retest, and then go. But just the way things are looking, man, like, it just looks like things really finna take off. Like, because even right here, I think I even got in on it right here at like 32. I was looking like, okay, well, I mean, it's holding. Even that's a little too early. You really want to catch it. From what I've heard, you want to catch it up here once it makes that new high from where it stopped at. And this is beautiful, because this morning I was like, man, the next thing is for us to get to that new high. We already like hit that, which is nice, man. It's probably going to be a good week. So anyway, like I said, this pattern is bullish, and so it so far is following the pattern. It went up, broke out the pattern, came back down to test that top, which is support now. And now it's time to ride up, and we're going to find that new high. According to this, though, we should be looking at $58 coming real soon. $58, $59, which would be awesome. Like, what gain would that be on? Like, we're looking at like an 82% gain from the support line. But say from here, where we are right now, we're looking at another like 50% gain on it. So, I mean, personally, if I'm seeing a 42% gain off this in the next whenever, when I see 40%, I'm selling everything. I'm selling it. I'm gonna just take that profit. I'm gonna hold it for a minute, and then I'm gonna see. You're gonna go down. I'm gonna see if it do a retest. Like, if it go up at that 40, I'm gonna wait for a little retest. Boom, I'm hopping back on, because I think just overall we're gonna take off for a little bit. Because usually if you look down here, like, how we were talking about in other videos, the green go up, and then you start seeing light green, and then that's a signal as it's gonna go down. Like, you see that a lot, like here, signal that it's going down. Had a lot of red. Then we had the light green, it faked us out, signal that it's going down, boom. But then we had a little red. Now, as you see, is this chart is starting to flip. A little bit of green next time, even less red next time, and then boom, high green. I think it's probably finna fake us out and just keep going green. Like, we probably get a couple bars higher green over the next couple of days before it starts to go back down. And I think we're gonna get a itty bitty. We're gonna get less red than this right here, and it's time to go again, because we're moving over to Bitcoin here, which Bitcoin, like I say, everything really follows Bitcoin overall. Look at Solana, 4%. But what I'm seeing with Solana is that, man, and even MATIC sometimes is like they doing their own thing. Now, if the market's down as a whole, like huge down like Bitcoin, that's just a whole bunch of money out of the market. Solana like felt that. But everything follows Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let me quit trying to fool myself. But Solana is showing like a little bit of independency, and I like that. So Bitcoin, the same thing. Like after it had that big dip and broke into a triangle, broke into a descendant triangle, is bullish. I took this line from right here for the breakout. And usually, usually like you're here, like if you hear other guys, and when I watch other guys too, like they talk about the retest. It's all about that retest. You break out of that thing, retest right here, that horrible line there, and then boom. I mean, we're looking at that 50 Bitcoin soon. If I can get this crap off here now. Oh. I think I got the right one. Boom. All right. Same thing with Bitcoin up. It did its retest. Personally, it's time to go up. And I actually pulled this bars pattern because it was something I kind of figured out. Let me delete it real quick. It was something because on the last video we saw like it had like a 100% gain, it had a 90% gain, it was like a 30% gain and a 20% gain, and then we started to come down. You could see the gains slow down. So we can even, I didn't even do this last time. So we can do it with the losses. So we saw how the gains lost momentum. So now let's see how the losses lost momentum. So we're like we're gonna call it a 50% loss for that big one there. So we went from a 50% loss, and then it kind of recovered, and then we had a 30% loss, and then it recovered, and then we had a 20 all the way here. We had another 30% loss. That was 30.33, but was it at least less than? We'll start at the blue line where my chart is. So it was a 28, then a 30. So it was about the same amount of loss there. And then from there, we had a little bit of recovery, and then we started to go again. But the loss was only 20% this time, 10% less. Boom. And then we went up. So our losses are losing momentum overall. So then we had an 11% loss. So as you can see, there was a 40%. So point I'm trying to say is from the back here, we saw how the percentages gained. We saw that 100%, and you saw the 90, and then it dwindled on down. So that's a signal that the market's slowing down. Now the losses are less, and our highs about to start getting higher. I mean, obviously from here to here, they ain't but a little bit. But then we came down, had that little 10% drop, and all of a sudden, boom, we got like a 40% gain. So when was the last time we had a 40% gain? %, right there. We had a 40% gain. And how about this drop? How much was this drop? Because I didn't see that before. It's about right there. Right there. Oh, 10%. 40% gain, 10% drop. What did we do after that? Hold on, where was I? I think it was like 40% might have been here. Gains. But we'll start even from here. After that, can't even if I can see it. That was our 100% gain, boss. So let's go ahead and hit that bars pattern. So I figured it out. Boom. Get you on your bars pattern. So let's just say we follow that same pattern again. So really about right here. Tap. So we'll do it right there because it went up, did a little test, and then took off. Here we did even a little bit more of a test. So yesterday I actually kind of pulled this down to match right here. We went up. We had a higher test there, but we'll just sit it right there. And that puts us at like 56,000. Which is, the breakout point is right at 50,000. Which is 49,500. So a lot of these things are matching up. These patterns are looking good. So I'm looking for stuff to take off. And I tell you what, personally, because I've been doing it for like a year. Well, I've like really been trading 4 or 5 months, but like kind of studying crypto for like a year. But now I'm willing to play the game. And what I mean by that is measure this. We had that 100% gain, right? If I see 100% gain, I'm going to be looking for a 30% drop. As a matter of fact. And I would literally take that chance, and like it would be whatever. I would catch it right there that first time. That first time I see a 30% drop over the next few days after that big run up, that's when I'm buying back in. But once I see that gain like that 100%, like I'm taking off, like I'm hopping out. Like I may even hop out before 100%. Like I may hop out at 70 or something, just to make sure I'm taking profit. Not financial advice to anybody. It's more just educational stuff I'm learning as we go. So as I'm even talking here, I'm figuring out, all right, here's about the best thing right here. So man, like I said, Bitcoin looking good, very good. Let's see, get a little Ethereum action. I was gonna go heavy on Ethereum. I ended up not going heavy on Ethereum, but it would have been a good bet. But I tried to go heavy on Ethereum one night because I thought Solana was gonna come down, but it didn't go through. The conversion didn't go through, and I don't know. Thank God it did, because I don't know. I'm probably up 5-6% right now. Now, where are you gonna get 5-6% on your money in 2 days? Probably in real estate in some ways, yeah, but which I'll most definitely support that. And look at VeChain. VeChain is in that 8 cents for a minute. Like, I almost want to get some, but and chill out for a minute. But why? Chill out? Why? Like, well, I mean, my money just sitting in US dollars right now. Like, the little money I do have, like, what is it doing? It's losing value. Hell, I need to hop on something. Might hop on that VeChain. We're going to look at that next. But yeah, same thing with Bitcoin. Like, I ain't going to go too much into it. Ethereum hasn't even really had a retest, because they had that just to be the retest right here. It's basically nothing. Yeah, it had a little 8-9% retest. It's gonna take off. You see this wick right here? Let's zoom in. You got that wick right there. It had a retest, and boop, is currently it's above where it was yesterday. So it's in yellow. Overall it's down, but it's still, so I guess technically because it's yellow, like it's down from yesterday, but it's sitting right there, 2,800. Sitting right there. Just there's the breakout target, 33.36 or whatever that was. And we're talking about, from just where it is now, we're talking about a 20% gain. But overall, we're talking about, what's that, a 50% gain. So it's already been up 30%. It's up 30% now from that breakout target, which is right here. Breakout point right there. Right, so that's what's up with Ethereum. Like, I ain't even expecting them to come down like here. I'm expecting another green bar to pop up here. We're gonna get some more green. We're gonna get a big old long bullish little season here. We're not even season, bullish few days or a week. Like, Ethereum had that what do you call it? They had that upgrade that was done in London. Now their fees are gonna be lower. Same thing we was talking about with Solana. Just Ethereum knew that was a problem. Their fees are gonna be lower. I don't know what their scalability is like, but fees are lower, and every time you, I said that already in the beginning, but it's important. So important, but I'll say it again for anybody that just, you didn't catch it the first time, but their fees, every time you pay a fee, the fees are burned. And what burned mean is that they're taken out of circulation forever. You take something out of circulation forever, what's left becomes more rare. What becomes more rare is more valuable. And that's why diamonds are valuable, because they just took diamonds out of circulation. Diamonds aren't even rare, but they're rare to the market because they take them out of circulation. So, but with the dollar, it's the opposite. They make more and more dollars. And that's the thing about Dogecoin, is that Dogecoin was made as a joke, as an inflationary coin, just to make fun of the dollar. It's like, oh, we shit, if the dollar could do it, we could do it. And it did work. But it's going to take a crap ton of Doge, and people haven't been buying it. Doge has continued to print millions and millions and millions of coins, unless they can change their programming or something. I don't know. But that's just their initial thing. It's like, so I don't know if that's ever coming back up. It might. It's going to gain something. I don't know. I never believed in it. I invested in it a couple of times, and I just hopped out in a couple of days. Like, cause I invested, like, when it was people, when it was known and being talked about. So, in a couple of days, I was like, man, shit finna drop. And one time it didn't drop. But I missed out on that money. But I really don't care. It's nothing to. It's no use case for it. It's nothing to hold on to. But they may have changed. I don't know. But where you see is ain't on my chart or whatever that I'll be looking at as far as pricing. But anyway, as Ethereum, I got a little bit of, I think, all of these except for Uniswap right now. I would like to get some Uniswap, which is down a little bit today, but not much. Overall, Uniswap's been up. Everything's like really, like saying that descending triangle, like we talked about. But let's see what's up with VeChain, because I don't see VeChain still is in this triangle. Or because this high point right here, I can't go any more lower with that pattern. Though technically we can kind of be like, it created a new pattern here, because it had like this was just another big drop, boom. So I would consider that starting a new pattern there, which is still gonna make that downward triangle. At this point, it would have broken out of that triangle. Like, and actually, this is the new high point here. But let's go back somewhere where we can reference a little bit better, where we can reference 2 points. So yeah, we're talking like there. And we'll keep that point back here because this low is even lower. But I am starting from back there. Okay, so fine. So another descending triangle, which is bullish. Which, like I say, makes more sense than coming from way up there, because they had a consolidation, did its thing, and it broke out down here. After them breakouts, that's when new patterns start. This is a breakout here, had a little bit of a test down. Overall, I mean, it's on that way to just take out. We can go to something that's negative right now. Like, take Uniswap, for instance. Like, it's gonna be that same chart. Like, things done broke out. Like, these were the descending triangles. You expected to go all the way down here, but they done broke out. Had a retest down. Tested those averages. Boom. Bitcoin should be fucking around at finally get past 42,000. Once that's the key holder is 42K for 43K. Like, once it blow through that, shit is on and cracking. Those VeChain, we did look at. Yeah, we looked at my baby. I want to go back to her just to look at her again, but she's so like the son, God died for her. The son died for his only begotten son, or how does that work? That God gave his son, sacrificed his son, so that we got. I don't know how it is, but I'm a little off right now. I'm actually about to get into the decoding of the Bible. Just start reading that. We're gonna go into Genesis real quick. But man, yeah, just overall, I mean, much to talk about. The market's over. Like I said, I wanted to go over like Solana, and I just think it's a beautiful project. MATIC is another beautiful project that's they're all about getting them fees down, man. I mean, even us, if I want to start this from that low point, it's just still doing this thing right here. Seems like it's getting ready to break out. Either it's going to bust through that and then retest like everything else, or it's going to take all off. And see, that's what I mean too. MATIC is on like a different pattern than what Bitcoin was. Let's see what it did during that drop. Yeah, so this was that drop. That big ass Bitcoin drop. Boom. And then it recovered, but it did start to fall. Like it does its own thing a little bit. It's like, oh, I gotta follow y'all. Well, I'm gonna take this route. You know what I mean? Like it just decided to do its own thing. And VeChain and Solana is rocking right now. Solana's at 5%, gained 2% on Solana, just chatting it up. So, but yeah, I'm gonna end this one though, man. Like, I just wanted to really kind of go over Solana really for the most part, and like overall the market's just looking good. So peace to everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it please. Let a few people, anybody want to get into crypto, understand a little bit, and send me questions. Like you want me to do a video on something, like let me know, any type thing, hit me up.